Comfortably, are we waiting for anyone that we know is struggling to make their way up from the ground floor and their third cup of caffeine? Okay, well, what a fantastic day it's been. There have been some clashes of fringe meetings. I would have loved to have attended them all and ended up having to chair one of them, but it was great. Where are we now? Part of me hopes that we are not still spending too much time just talking to each other. We've had meetings like this over the years. What's important, I think, about this meeting is that it's got an eco-socialist focus, which I think is pointing the right way. I have a meeting coming up from groups across Europe where they are planning to talk about putting a green front to the anti-austerity movement. Just having a network, not another talking shop, but maybe another way of coordinating actions, perhaps against fracking, against mining, against nuclear, aviation expansion, etc. All of these things are welcomed, and this conference today, set up by SR, Socialist Resistance and RS21, is very much welcomed, and I'm sure that us in Green Left and other groups would be very happy in future to put on more of these events across more of the country because the matters are urgent. We have talks in December in Peru. The Environment Minister in Lima has just been saying he hopes that at that meeting there can be at least some robust drafting of what may be put on the plate in Paris in 2015 for global climate agreements. We've had an awful lot of meetings over the years that have ended in nothing. What he's also saying is he's hoping at this meeting that countries will commit for a start. We've just had a Queen's speech here in England where Cameron is promising, should we say threatening, to frack under our feet in our very homes while we sleep, as well as across any swathes of the countryside. There's no protection for the forests, which we had demanded from him last year and maybe the year before. We have 300 scientists in Canada signing up to say no to tar sands. There's an awful lot going on, there's a lot of urgency. We have people in fuel poverty in Britain, in one of the most wealthy nations in the Western world. That can't go on. We have climate emissions creeping up when we are supposedly in agreement to be part of a global movement to reduce these. Most of us in this room know that it is a capitalist system which is holding us back deliberately and with myths in order to slow any change because of the money so much invested in fossil fuels. When I said about are we spending too much time talking to ourselves, we need to feel confident, we need to have that information, we need our facts, we need things like the 1 Million Climate Campaigns pamphlet in order to help us to go out and speak to other people in our communities. But what way can we do the hard work on the ground to bring these ideas to more of the people? I think it could be through our people's assemblies. There are over 100 already set up around the country. It is a way where we can talk about anti-austerity, and when we're talking about the alternatives, because we are now getting beyond no cuts as our one statement or slogan that brought us together. We've had a conference where anti-fracking motions have been passed, where climate change has been recognised in the People's Assembly movement, which has made a few of our trade union backers perhaps gulp a bit, but they're accepting it. It is a step forward. So let's try and do that. What I would say is, how many of you are already planning to come and maybe boost the climate block on the People's Assembly national demonstration on Saturday the 21st? We're gathering outside the BBC at Portland Place. We're marching down to Parliament. We're having a free festival there. We don't all have to be in the climate block, of course. We can be in the welfare, we can be in the housing, we can be in transport blocks, or we may be going along in our own trade union blocks. But we can have leaflets, we can have all sorts of information and slogans with us in order to make sure that more people know that as part of these alternatives to anti-austerity are ways of reorganising for the future, which will tackle climate change and make it better for us all. I'm very pleased to be invited to chair this last session. It's enough from me now. We have on my left, of course, Jonathan Neal from RS21. We have Fiona Brooks, coordinator of Campaign Against Climate Change, and we have Claire Welton from Fuel Poverty Action. I'm going to ask Fiona at the end there to start us off, and then we will hear from Claire, and then to finish off with Jonathan Neal. Thank you very much.